This freak got even more excited, playing a game of cat and mouse with the boy, who tumbled and couldn't crawl anymore, shrinking in terror. The little rascal spotted a shadow and scurried over in excitement, froze for a moment, then saw Hissy smile and couldn't help but join in. "I bet your gun's got no bullets." Just then, Butch pulls out some freshly bought bullets from the store, and the little rascal goes wide. The boy just ran from the cornfield when a gunshot sounded. Phillip tensed, realizing Butch had fired. Yet when Butch asked if he still wanted to join him, Phillip glanced around and nodded. In the car, Phillip nervously asked Butch if he would also kill him, but Butch reassured him, of course not. "We're friends now." Butch seemed like a different person around Phillip. He imagined the car as a time machine, declaring himself captain. He appointed Phillip as the navigator and played silly house games, enjoying it like a child. Suddenly, Phillip realized that the Butch who had just shot someone wasn't so scary after all. As they passed a farm, Butch spotted a Ford and said it was his dad's favorite. He discussed with Phillip about borrowing the car, but Phillip thought stealing was wrong. Then, Butch said if Phillip completed the reconnaissance mission, he'd promote him to navigator. Phillip's eyes instantly lit up, and he stealthily sneaked into the farm. He carefully opened the car door, double-checked the keys, then hurried back to report to Butch. Captain Butch was pleased. Just then, Phillip felt the urge to use the restroom. Subtitles, Butch told him to find a tree and take care of it there, while he snuck off to steal the car. The farmer spotted Butch, so Butch hit the gas and took off. Subtitles, he shouted at Phillip, "The pursuers are coming," frightening Phillip so much that he hurriedly climbed into the car without finishing urinating. Just then, the farmer lunged at the window. Seeing him not let go, Butch brandished his gun. Phillip saw this and instinctively bit the farmer's hand. Who knew he'd just saved the farmer's life? Unbeknownst to him, Butch merely intended to scare the farmer off. Butch noticed Phillip's unusual gloom for his age and wanted to know more about his family. It turned out that the introverted Phillip had no friends and often got bullied by other kids. His mum was too busy from dawn to dusk to show him any care, and all of this traced back to his father who abandoned them. Butch couldn't help but feel moved. He wanted to break into a smile, but a glimmer of sadness flickered in his eyes. Phillip had just stepped out wearing nothing but his little undies. Butch decided to buy him some pants. At the supermarket, he handed Phillip to a clerk, and then went to the checkout to pay. While picking out pants, Phillip was drawn to a Halloween lizard costume. He had always wanted it, but Mom said no. Just then, an urgent news flash aired in the store about Butch being. The store owner glanced at the TV, then back at Butch, who instantly got alert. He told Phillip to wait in the car and kept his eyes fixed on the owner, then suddenly unleashing a fierce glare. The owner had no choice but to put the phone down and leave the supermarket. Butch keenly sensed the cops were lurking around. He quickly latched onto a passerby to block the cops' view. Then he quickly dashed back to the car, only to find that Phillip was nowhere to be seen. While he waited, a police car quietly cut off his escape route. Butch decisively revved the engine, smashing straight into the police car behind him and tearing down the street like a madman. He crashed through the ambushed police car, giving Ford a free advertisement in the process. Back at the entrance of the supermarket, Butch caught sight of Phillip. Phillip's clothes were bulging, and the clerk was ripping into him. Butch asked Phillip if he wanted to get in the car, leaving the choice to him, to join Butch or go home to find Mom. Ultimately, he chose to climb into the car. They hid in a safe spot where Butch asked Phillip what he had hidden under his clothes. Phillip was quite surprised to see a Halloween costume stolen from the store. And this notorious fugitive ended up giving Phillip a lesson on values. Subtitles, Butch helped Phillip distinguish between right and wrong, while also upholding his self-respect. Butch encouraged Phillip to change into the costume, but Phillip was shy about it, having been ridiculed for his looks in the past. Butch was surprised and asked who said such nasty things, to which Phillip's silence screamed the answer. Butch said they didn't know a thing. He looked closely at Phillip and, without a doubt, declared, "Your thing is the most standard and handsome I've ever seen." Phillip truly believed Butch's praise, which opened his heart, and back on the road, Phillip spoke earnestly navigating for Captain Butch. Butch got playful, honking the horn, saluting passing cars. The oncoming RV noticed them and honked back enthusiastically. Little did they know, the RV was actually carrying the sheriff hot on Butch's tail. Right on cue, the sheriff recognized them when they crossed paths. Butch caught sight of the RV turning around to chase them. He didn't panic at all. Instead, he swerved into a grassy field. The sheriff's RV, which was towing, quickly started wobbling, and he watched Butch disappear into the distance in deep thought. Unlike the other aggressive officers, he was actually trying to save Butch. At the end of a highway, Butch stopped the car to take a rest, while Phillip imitated him, leaning against the car. He looked like a little fanboy. Butch handed Phillip a postcard featuring his dream destination, beautiful Alaska, the place he wants to visit no matter what. Butch asked why Phillip was still in his little elf costume. Finding out he had never experienced Halloween, Butch said nothing but urged Phillip to grab a huge bag of candy from Then, he led Phillip toward a nearby house, and Phillip quickly figured out Butch's plan. He happily ran up and grabbed Butch's hand, ready for his first Halloween experience. Phillip, who usually felt shy, was so nervous he could barely speak, while Butch offered encouraging prompts. But the lady refused to give them candy for a very good reason, saying, "Halloween is over." Seeing this, Butch took a step toward the woman, subtly revealing his gun. As a result, Phillip's first Halloween turned out to be quite a haul. They then hopped back into the car and drove north. Phillip arrived at the Texas border, and Butch got out ahead to scout, spotting a police checkpoint up ahead. While he pondered how to slip past, Phillip accidentally knocked the handbrake, causing the car to roll down the hill. Phillip freaked out, unsure of what to do in the car, but Butch remained calm, and stood right in front, calmly guiding Phillip in what to do. That calmness eventually rubbed off on Phillip, who now confidently took control of the steering wheel. It also became the signal for cooperation. Together, they collaborated to break through the difficulties and successfully passed the checkpoint. Both of them were super excited and decided to keep on this northern adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join our journey.